Oh, God damn it, James Gunn. How are you gonna make me so happy and then so sad? Creature Commandos, episode 3. There will be spoilers in here, so be aware of that. There's really no way around it. Short version, this is real good. This highlights a character. It does it well. It also does the other thing that anything Suicide Squad related, which ultimately this is more or less a continuation of, should do, which is establish that characters can and will die. I don't think I mentioned it in my previous review. I actually had that thought when Nina and the bride were like knocked out the window, lying on the ground. It's not that I thought either of them were dead, but it did occur to me at the moment, it is a little tenser knowing that it's not impossible they could be dead. And since it didn't do it in the first 2 episodes, well, I guess it's time. But this also demonstrates just a much, much better way to do it than, say, the original David Ayer Suicide Squad with friggin' Slipknot, who was introduced haphazardly and offhandedly last out of the entire group. And then, oh no, he was fodder? Who could have guessed? Instead, it's almost like we get a preemptive eulogy. We get a look at G.I. Robot, his life, the phases he went through. I say phases, but he was kind of always the same. He wanted to unalive the National Socialist Party of Germany, and the circumstances changed. That's what he always wanted to do. But, the war ended. What does he do then? Well, he gets studied, he gets passed around in collections, he gets picked up by somebody who seems nice, but is part of a revival of that same party. And G.I. Robot knows what to do when you encounter those people. And he does it, and he loves it. The sense of joy when he asks Flag, are these Nazis? And Flag goes, yes, they are. The joy that he had getting to gun down what were admittedly not Nazis, but were, murderous incels. So screw them. And then to get blown away by Cersei. And then, that wasn't the moment that got me. The moment that got me was Nina picking up his head. And him, I forget his exact words now, but it was something like, this was a glorious day, or something like that. Like, he'd had a good day. He killed Nazis with his friends. It was a good day. And then that was it. And I cried. I cried over the robot that I haven't even known for an hour and a half of total runtime. God damn it, James Gunn. God damn it. Yeah. No, it's good. It's really good. And there's other good stuff going on here too. I actually quite like that the member of the team that initially really gets into Cersei and kind of takes her down is the Weasel. Because, he's just so uncomplicated. He's just going to leap and tear and be feral as hell. And she was not prepared to deal with that. Followed up by Dr. Phosphorus burning her face. In hindsight, I think it was a really good idea that they had Dr. Phosphorus go, blow for blow with Flag, and Flag more or less able to hold his own, because Dr. Phosphorus is extremely dangerous. And he runs the risk of being kind of overpowered, not in it oversimplifies the narrative way, but in a, why does he have to listen to these people even though they put a chip in his brain? Is he not powerful enough to figure out? Well, yeah, he's powerful, but he's also he's not a fighter. He just has high level of skills. He goes out there and, bullets melt when they try and hit them, and he just grabs people and they melt. But he's not actually a fighter. Flag is. That's why Flag could hold his own. And notice Phosphorus really only is a problem for Cersei when she's already been knocked down by something that can fight viciously and did. So, and there's also just that great moment from the bride because Flag is looking at this like, and the bride goes, "You wanted monsters. You've got monsters." Yeah. And but when G.I. Robot just picked up the tub to carry Nina, like I want to be clear that G.I. Robot is my husband and I'm currently in mourning. Okay, that's just where I'm at right now. But this was good, and also kind of confirmed the incredibly obvious suspicion that I had that the princess is evil. Because, like, why else would Cersei say that you've doomed the world? Because they stopped her from doing whatever it was she was going to do to the princess. I saw somebody float in the comments that, like, they think the princess is actually the queen, and the queen is like a body swap or a like sapping the life force situation. I could buy that. But yeah, the princess being evil, I totally believe that. That having been said, I still have sympathy and for her that she had to deal with those freaking incels grabbing her. Because honestly, even if you're evil, maybe you deserve to be stopped. Maybe you even deserve to be killed. You don't deserve what they wanted to do to her. So good on her for scratching faces and blowing heads away. I still support that. The focus on G.I. Robot here was just beautiful. I already liked him. I think I even said last review, I think he might be my favorite character already. I already liked him. This made me love him and then took him away. And there are other circumstances under which I would call out a show for that, where I'd be like, this is knife twisting. This is just so you can make the death hurt more than it might have otherwise. This is manipulative and it's crap. Here's the thing. It is manipulative. It's highly emotionally manipulative. But it also kind of proves the point that being emotionally manipulative is not an objective negative. You can do it well. And this does. Because it meant that when he died, and especially because you give him that moment at the end, it makes it feel, like I said, more like a eulogy, more like a celebration of his life. So it doesn't feel like we're showing you all this just so it can hurt at the end. And then it's like, well, what was the freaking point? Like I had, Alice, was it? The protection witch from Agatha. Like it infuriated me. We got her, her backstory. She went through all this stuff and got free of her generational curse and then died the very next episode. It pissed me off. This is nothing like that because this feels more like just a celebration of who he was, and it lands correctly because he dies doing what he loves. He found people to do what he loves with, and he was joyful as he was doing it, and he even said it himself, it was a good day. There's a fine balance to making emotional manipulation, even when I can spot it, still having it work. That worked. Oh, that was good. That hurt so good. Creature Commandos, episode 3. What did you think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, drop something down in the comments as I go about it. Patreon pays the bills, enables me to do this as my living. Even if you can't help me out that way, like, share, subscribe. I do intend to keep up with this as it airs. Probably won't always have reviews out on Sunday. Monday or Tuesday is probably more likely going forward, but, we'll see what happens. But thank you very much for listening. Don't worry about all that stuff that I said. It helps. So if you're up for it, that'd be great. But, don't worry about it. We take a relaxed attitude around here, so you can just come on back next time you need a break. Not too much red. This is red, that's red. I know it's December, but geez.
And now it's time to thank my highest supporting patrons. Robin Moore, Goddess Elida, Zubin Lutfula, Welsh Wrestling Geeks, Oliver B., Melissa Pedersen, Movie Turtle, Ulrich Bogdan, Loki Eris, Melinda Walters, Auntie Kate 808, Becky Sparks, Renobulax the Poodle, Tracy Scrabbit, Angry Casperl, Dave Hall, Quite Bearish, Rosalind Bennett, Adam RDL Taylor, Pal Barabajoggle, Mira G, and Sir Didymus is my favorite. You can hear me try and say your name while dealing with these guys crawling all over me by checking out the reward tiers on my Patreon. See you next time.